Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jason here. Next video in the 20-gallon build. I haven't touched it since last night. It's about 1:30 Sunday, and now we're going to get to work on this stand. And what I did, if you watched the last video, the top of this cabinet, the top of it's not exactly level. I think there's a little bit of water damage. What we're going to do, I'm going to take it out back. We're going to sand the top down as smooth as we can, and then I got something to put on top of it. So what I got was a yoga mat over at Walmart for 15 bucks. And I believe this is just about a 1/4 inch thick. Some pretty firm foam. And we're gonna sand the top of that end table as flat as we can possibly get it. And then I'll cut this and we'll put one, maybe 2 layers of this on top for the tank to sit on, and that should provide an even cushion so the tank doesn't have any stress points on it. Okay, I got the stand back in the house and ran into a bit of a snag when I was lifting it. This piece came right off, and it looks like this is kind of mainly particle board. The good news is I can glue that, so I'm gonna wood glue that back on, and then it'll be good as new. But I don't have any wood glue. I just moved it in this apartment, so I had to go to Home Depot and buy wood glue. And while I was there, I just went ahead and bought this piece of particle board shelving. Looks like it's about your 5/8 thick or whatnot, but it's just almost 14 inches this way. 13 3/4 and 4 feet. And what I'm gonna do is, after this is glued, I'm gonna cut this, and we're gonna put the yoga mat on there, then place a piece of particle board on there, and then put the tank on there, so it's gonna be perfectly nice and flat. Okay guys, I went ahead and glued this piece. It is actually, you just slot it in there, gooped a bunch of wood glue in there, and so that'll glue. I have the yoga mat cut. That's gonna sit on top of there, and then I got the piece of particle board cut that'll sit on top of there. And so with that, the reason I'm doing this, guys, if you don't really understand why I'm doing this, whenever you put a tank on a stand, you want to make sure you have almost a perfectly flat surface. If you don't, you can cause stresses in the tank and cause cracks. It doesn't have to be like perfect down to the molecular level, but the top of this was pretty uneven, so I sanded it. It was fairly smooth, but with the yoga mat on there, just a 1/4 inch thick, and the particle board piece is completely flat. When that sticks on there, it'll be a completely flat surface with some cushion. The weight of the tank is going to push that particle board onto the yoga mat, and the yoga mat will absorb the uneven surface on the end table. So we're going to let that dry for about an hour, and then we can start setting this up finally. I think it's beer time. Okay, it's been about an hour, and that piece is glued good enough. And here we got the 1/4 inch yoga mat with the plywood or the particle board on top to provide a nice, completely flat level surface, and the yoga mat will provide some suspension. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the tank on here. We'll kind of get everything in position because I can't really move it once it's all set up. So we're gonna get the tank on there, kind of move things around, get an exact position it needs to be, and then fill her up and get her running. All right, we got it filled up with water. Everything's holding, and the one thing I love about Arizona is you have concrete foundations, so the tank doesn't shake when you walk by, like Oregon and Idaho with their stupid subfloors. So, and it actually looks almost dead level. I mean, it is pretty damn level. Okay, we're gonna get the plate. I'm gonna set the camera. I'm gonna get the plate out of there. We'll turn up the sand just a little bit to kind of even it out, wipe the glass, and get the filter running. Okay guys, there she is. She's all up and running. As you can see, she's really cloudy. This is a major difference than when you saw me fill it up. What I did was I stirred all the sand up to get all the air out of there. There's massive bubbles coming up. Get all the air out of there and get some of that, that loose sand up to get filtered out. It is running right now. I don't know how adequate this is going to be, this little filter. Can always upgrade that. At some point, I'm going to upgrade this. I'll probably put a bigger filter. I'm gonna get a glass top and a different LED light. For now, this will be fine. But I think right now it's about 4:45 in the afternoon, Sunday. Well, I'm gonna come back here and film in about 2 hours, 2-3 hours, and see where we are. See how much this filter can actually clear all of this up. I may need to upgrade the filter, but I mean, if this can clear this up in a couple hours, it'll be fine. But it should be given a little bit more water movement in there. We'll see. Again, in a couple hours, we'll come back and film and see how much this is cleared up. But everything's working good. The stand is nice and stable. Everything is working. Okay, it's been over 2 hours. I made some dinner. I took a shower, did some stuff, and then it is clearing up. Not as much as I hoped, but the thing with this, the extreme fine particles in there, they will go right through the filter. What you have to do is give that filter time to really gunk up with all those particles, and then it will actually start clearing up faster. However, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow morning. This is Sunday, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'll see how the tank looks in the morning, and then when I get home from work, and if it is not cleared up by tomorrow, by the time I get home from work, I will probably buy another filter, which will prolong putting the fish in here. But yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Possibly put in another filter, or we'll see what happens.